What's up? Today we got a review of Transformers Generations, Combiner Wars, Armada, Megatron. And he looks pretty cool. Comes with, as you can see, a missile, a purple gun that splits into two pieces, and the figure itself, and it also comes with like a little trading card in the back. Flipping it on its top, you can see that it's got like a meteor with the Autobot symbol. It's the generic logo that we've come to know within recent years. And then you got some nice, the same artwork, same artwork that you see on the trading card itself, as well as on the front right there in the corner. And more of the Meteor Autobot symbols, and then here you get some just Photoshopped photography here. Just Megatron, and then Megatron in tank mode, as well as some liability, just warnings and stuff. Flipping it over, got all the just made in Vietnam, and then the serial code, and then just regular random stuff. And it's an authentic Transformer. Alright, let's get it open. Alright, and here we are with Transformers Armada Megatron. As you can see, he's very reminiscent to his old Armada self. I was meaning to say G1 self, but corrected myself. And then, in that little underside, you can see that he does carry on that little head under the tank kind of thing that he did with the old one. Old toy. And I had the old toy, but then somewhere now, I don't remember exactly where it was, and I didn't want to dig it out right now. But as you can see, just like a G1 Megatron, or the G1 homage to Megatron, he does rotate. And from what I can remember, this does carry on, you know, the same color scheme as far as purple and green. This kind of dark blue, teal kind of color, along with the hints of red and orange. And one thing I did forget to mention in the Megatron review is that these are actual rubber treads, which is really nice. And yeah. Alright, so that's comparison time. Here he is with G2 Megatron. What else was I? Oh, here he is with the Deluxe Class Hot Rod, or Rodimus, whichever you prefer. And for the heck of it, doesn't go with anything, but here he is with a oversized Camaro, also known as a Leader Class Bumblebee from the Dark of the Moon series. So yeah. Alright, I guess I can do one more. Here he is with a more modern Voyager. Here he is with a Silverbolt. And one little thing that I'm kind of going down a rabbit trail here, but for Silverbolt I did actually add Jetfire's guns, just to kind of give him a more, you know, kind of a smaller rifle, because his old one was actually really big. And that's something I forgot to mention in the review. Because I have him here, I might as well add it now. Alright. So, transformation, as I mentioned in this guy's review, I'm going to be going from tank mode to robot mode. So if you want to see the robot mode to tank mode, the robot mode to tank mode, then go ahead and watch the G1 Megatron. After this, of course. Alright, so what I like to do is just take the guns off over here and move them off to the side. I can fire the missile here. It's about the same as the Megatron one, so it goes about maybe half a foot. Just to my wall, of course, but I fired it outside and it went about 3 or 4 feet, which is actually really good for a missile nowadays. Alright, so to transform him, what I like to do is just kind of flip it over here, and then just kind of unpeg everything around, just because everything pegs in together, obviously, but some are harder to get in along the road. So then you want to take whichever arm it is, and then So in this case, this is the arm that's attached to the cannon. So then you would take this arm and just kind of move it out of the way, and then kind of move everything up, and then take these arms and rotate them to the back. They want to unpeg. There we go. All right, and then these peg on. And then slide down, but I have another purpose for these, and I'll show you that when I get into robot mode in a sec. Alright, and then you take this crotch piece right here, or what will be the crotch piece, and move it up, and then unpeg his legs here if they want to unpeg. There we go. And then move them down to the side, like so, and then fold down the leg, and fold down the feet that are on ratchet joints, which sound really good. Alright, and then you want to take these arms and move them off to the side. And then rotate the arms in. Arms in. And take the crotch piece and move it down. Or move it up, I should say. Getting all mixed up today, guys. Alright, and take this chest piece and move it down. It's on a double hinge, so you kind of gotta get it over one. Get it over both to do that. Alright, move his head up, and then these arms the hands are hidden in these little flaps that move up. Alright, there we go. And then there you have Armada Megatron in his robot mode. Give me a second to rotate my tripod here. It wants to rotate. Alright, so we can get a kind of better view. Alright, there we go. And as you may remember from the old Armada series, this Megatron did not have a arm cannon, he had a side cannon. And what I found you can do is you can take this, actually, no, I didn't figure it out, I watched another reviewer, if you guys check this guy out, he's really good. Check out MGO360, he figured this out. Actually, I'm not sure if even he figured this out, he just kind of, that's where I got it from. Anyway, so you just take this, and take his arm, rotate it this way, and then kind of take whichever side you want it to be the front. In this case, I like to have the longer side in the front, and then rotate it. Then kind of move the arm inside, and then take his hand and position it this way. Alright, and then take his other arm, just to kind of give more symmetry, and rotate it that way, and that way you kind of give him more differentiation from the G1 homage for Megatron, and just kind of give him that more accurate side cannon he had. And if you really want to, you can kind of give him an overly large barrel, but I'm not going to. Alright, and as I mentioned before, you can have another purpose for the treads in the back. Instead of giving him a backpack, like I did in Megatron, what I like to do is, if you recall, he did have kind of like arm, or shoulder stacks, if you will. I'm drawing a blank on what they're actually called. Shoulder pads, that's what they're. And just to kind of give them those, is you can take these, rotate them to the side, and move them up, just ever so slightly. Alright. And then you can kind of give him those shoulder stacks that he had. And you can kind of just, if you want wider ones, then just kind of move them down. And there we go. You can kind of give him those shoulder stacks that he had in the original cartoon. Or not the original cartoon, Armada. Alright. And as for articulation, if you want, well, I'll get to that in a second. But, his head is on 2 swivels, One that allows his head to go side to side, and one that allows it to go up and down. And then his arm can go out side to side, and then up and down. But it kind of gives him, as I mentioned, the G1 version. He kind of gives him a weird. I'll move these to the side for a bit. Kind of gives him a weird shoulder or arm because it kind of moves it, makes it look like it's farther down than it actually should be. Which is kind of weird, but not much you can do about it. And it is on kind of like a ratchet joint right there. And then, if you want to have the arm cannon, then it does limit it a little bit. But you can have it does have arm movement at the elbow. Sorry guys, I'm drawing a lot of blanks today. And then wrist swivel. Alright. And then waist swivel. And then there's like these little side panels here that can kind of move up and down to allow for his legs to move up. And then he does have this add normal hinge just do the transformation if you really want to kind of have him do the splits a little bit. Yeah. Alright. And then bends at the knee ever so slightly. But I guess it's better than nothing. And then, as I mentioned before, his feet can kind of move on this ratchet joint there. And then very slight, actually almost non-existent ankle tilts there. And then, as you saw, this can go all over the place, this cannon here. Alright, and as you may notice in the G1 comparison to this, they are the same, exact same sculpt except for the head and the coloring. But as you can see, it looks like a completely different chest because of the way that they did the coloring, which is really, really good. I found a really, really good job on their part. And then moving these out of the way for a sec. Alright, look at that head sculpt there. And a very nice Armada horns there. And then just a very nice looking sculpt. One thing I'm kind of bummed out, and I didn't expect them to do, but it would have been nice if they did, is to add that little chest piece that was there, along with like that kind of a like the Decepticon insignia that he did have on the chest. But he does actually have two Decepticon insignias that I never noticed before right there, to kind of give him that Armada touch that he did have. Alright, and just kind of give him a little bit of a size comparison here. Here he is with a deluxe class figure that came out fairly recently, within a year or so. There he is with Armada Starscream, deluxe class. Alright, here he is with a more recent deluxe class. Here he is with Generations Firefly, which I actually did do a review on, if you want to check that out. Alright, here he is with Voyager class Firefly, or not Firefly, Jetfire, which I also did, I believe I did a review on him. So again, if you want to check that out. And one more, let's do Skylight, another figure that I did a review on. Plugins are real, I'll tell you that. Alright, there we go. Alright, so overall he's a very nice figure. I really like what they did, just because I actually grew up watching Armada, so it was kind of nice, you know, see more Armada toys and stuff from my childhood instead of like the 80s, which, don't get me wrong, is a really good series, but it's just nothing I grew up with, so I wouldn't, you know, be able to remember seeing like a Armada, like G1 toys in stores or anything like that. But I did see these guys in stores. And I did have a couple of these toys. So actually, I believe I had almost all these toys actually. Cyclonus, Demolisher, Megatron, Starscream, Optimus, Bumblebee, Smokescreen, Red Alert, and also had like Thundercracker and just a couple other guys. So yeah. Oh, one more quick size comparison. Here he is with his tank mode or Megatron, which I just did a review on. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys.